What does the guy say when he's getting makeup put on?
Here we go, and 3, 2, 1, action!
I was enamored of the idea of a sudden changeover in a world from one thing to another thing. Sort of the concept of a night blooming world where the planet came to life only at night. Sometimes, you know, in a horrible way, but I thought that was a great premise, and I tried to do as much with that as I could.
Get it to me 4 or 5 times. Right. And then the second one's in the parking lot.
The major difference between this film and another sci-fi picture is that this film has an incredible story.
Well, it's about 10 people who crash land on a planet. They were on this coach ride through space, and then they woke up in the middle of a disaster. The film just starts with an emergency re-entry on a planet that they know nothing about.
And there are a certain amount of people that survive. And Pitch Black is about how these people get off the planet.
And initially they think it is a planet with no darkness because it has multiple suns. There's always a blue sun or an amber sun in the sky.
And it's inhabited by these strange creatures that we discover.
And those creatures come out when there is a rare alignment of planets, which results in a titanic eclipse, which throws everything, the world, into a lasting darkness.
And these creatures come out, and it's them racing to try to escape this planet before, you know, dying at the hands of these creatures that are incredible creatures.
And that's when a lot of the fun and the story really starts.
Showbiz. For me, the story is about human nature in the harshest of conditions and how people respond to these conditions. It's a show business, boys.
Right.
I think it differentiates itself from other sci-fi projects or other horror projects in the level of characters and the changes that these characters undergo, the problems they have, and the reversals of expectations that we have the audience go through. Because whatever they're expecting about these characters when they first meet them is not how they will come to view these characters in the end.
You had a single in this, another half stop.
Jamie?
Yes,
Just like that. That way we want to pick up the road?
Yes.
I play a convict that has been captured by a mercenary that's in chains in the beginning of the film. I'm offered a deal to help these survivors, because we crashed on this planet, help these survivors to escape, and the deal is that I will gain my freedom.
So how many hits did the arm take before the shotgun flew off? 2?
One before, and then it goes on the second.
Okay.
2.
He is the man who anchors the second and third acts of the film. So again, it goes back to audience expectation about what they think his character is and what he ultimately turns out to be.
1, 2, 2 will dislocate and the shotgun will go flying.
Okay.
Bradley, think you can get that? Yeah. And we're just here anyway, okay? Mm-hmm. I mean, I can do it with this man here.
Oh, yeah? Cool.
Yeah.
And Vin is a guy who can play tough and he can play kind of sweet himself, and he goes back and forth between the two.
Carolyn Fry is a person who is dealing with her own guilt and her own self-doubts and eventually finds an inner strength, which is heroic.
Strong survival instinct. I admire that in a woman.
I promised them that we would go back with more light.
She is kind of the eyes of the audience, and she takes us through this story of torment and torture and darkness and monsters and and everything. And she's, to be more specific, she's a pilot who is initially faced with this decision as to whether she should dump the cargo, which happens to be all the passengers of this spacecraft, when she's woken up from this induced state of sleep and the plane is about to crash. And she has to sort of take over the situation and is faced with this dilemma.
She brings, you know, a toughness and a vulnerability to it because her character demands both. Her character demands that she be a de facto leader of this group of people because because she is the highest-ranking surviving officer after the crash. Yet at the same time, she seems at times overburdened by being the leader as well.
This is wild, this is wild, this is at each other, coming around.
The character's name's Johns, and he's a mercenary who hunts down some of the most hardened criminals and transports them to other planets. So basically, he's your modern-day Blade Runner, I guess. He's that and other things.
Cool. Very, very intense guy, sort of intensely deranged, in a good way. There was a scene where he was supposed to inject morphine into his eyeball, and he was actually thinking about injecting his eyeball. I said, maybe we can find a way to fake that. But he was willing. He was otherwise willing to do it. And he came pretty damn close to doing it, actually. That probably tells you all about Cole.
I think if I can get through the movie and pull it off and, and ultimately be natural, then I've kind of achieved what I want, you know?
Better too, if you're not stiff.
Oh, really? Should I be stiff? Yes, it is physically demanding. It's, but it's all worth it.
Yeah, just cool it, man. Just for the fun of it.
174, take 4. Aiken.
Sit. Action.
We'll take a beat here, and then you give us clicking, and then we'll respond. David Twohy is such a hard worker, and so committed, and so dedicated.
He's a very, very talented guy in a lot of ways.
He's receptive to ideas. He works well in incorporating everybody's, concept of the scene. And that makes for a great director.
That's cut.
Drop the gun.
Are you guys eye to eye? We eye to eye this time?
No, we're up there looking, making sure the thing got shot.
Show me the pose.
Well, we're looking, we're aiming, right?
All right.
Right, just like, boom! Hopefully it got shot, and then you give us the next clicking, and then we'll go to it.
Yeah. If you guys are both like,
Okay.
same focus, yeah, and look down the barrel of the camera,
Okay.
Just look down the barrel. I'll say clicking, and then it's back to the fight.
Cool.
Give me that moment, because it's a
I'm going off his lead
moment of
because I
great
can't
satisfaction
see.
for the audience. Very actually, clicking. Then you get him to press me that way. Cole, lower it down and rise it up in, bring it up in frame, and action.
Lift it up. Set. And action.
Come on, Bravo, take one.
Hey, Mark, please. Sit.
Action.
Move.
Are you sure you can keep up?
Reset.
Action, Vin.
Move.
3 step in. Slower drag down of the goggles.
Just
a little more
turn-
dramatic
turn
in this
your face.
close-up. Slower.
Stand by. And.
Take the white pen. Leave it like that.
Turn over.
Got speed.
79 Alpha, take 4. Now, please. That's it.
Action, Vin.
Move.
Are you sure you can keep up?
I said move!
Good. Let's swing a lens. Let's see what it looks like on the 85 from there, huh?
85?
Yeah.
I'd like to be able to walk amongst the little girls.
That would be cool.
It just gets so. I'd like to be able to walk amongst the little.
For continuity, what I can do is when I have that night.
I'm in job before I go deep dive. I can take the.
Of course I am. Doesn't mean I won't leave you here. If you believe anything about me, better be that. Step on board. Here, make it easy on you. Take my hand. I'm making it easy on you.
Don't do this.
Carolyn, come on.
Please don't do this to me.
Come on. No one's gonna blame you. Carolyn, save yourself.
It seems to have fallen down. You can put up that money.
Yeah. Looks like the
The problem I see is for you. Stunning wants to land the boat, so that's a good thing. And why don't we just do goggles at the top of this so as the ramp is opening up, the first thing we'll see you do is... Okay. Want to? Fine. Yeah. That way, no lenses. Easy. Okay. And then we'll try to time that so that...
Okay, good. You'll do the clicking for me?
Yeah, or clicking, you take a look. Rada, you can stay turned on clicking.
I first did Pitch Black in Australia, in Cooper Pedy, which is in the outback of Australia. And I remember getting the Pitch Black script for the first time. I was writing a film at a place called Interscope. I was writing a feature about the New York nightlife through the eyes of a bouncer. And I was going to direct this $15 million movie at Interscope. And they were in production on a script called Pitch Black. And the thing that attracted me most to the script was this very interesting character arc, unlike any I've read, where a seemingly nefarious, evil character ends up being your only hope. The idea of this character who's been counted out, given up on, overlooked, and misrepresented, that you're praying is successful in saving you and everyone else on the planet.
The Riddick character, who is not a hero at all, but he is an anti-hero. And there are precious few anti-heroes to be found in films these days. And that's why we embrace this and we go forward with that anti-hero character, because not many other people are trying it. And that's what helps distinguish us from all those other sort of white bread approaches to science fiction that you see out there. You know, we are not that. We are something that marches to a more chaotic drum. We are bad guys versus evil guys. You know, we are all about the shades of gray. We are very much about maybe even shades of black. And that's what helps distinguish us from those other films. Those are the Star Treks of the world, the Star Wars of the world, all those other sort of white bread approaches to science fiction. You know, we are not that.
The movie-going public is less likely to identify with whitewashed heroes. I think that these anti-heroes, particularly Riddick. It allows the audience to embrace the character because of his imperfections. You can enroll yourself, or you can invest in a character's kind of awakening. You can invest in a character's spiritual growth. You can be a part of that. You can be a part of Riddick kind of understanding what the point would be to save another human being, or you're part of that discovery process. We take you, the film takes you step by step through the process of, watching an anti-hero understand the significance and value of life.
He is a survivor, and I think that's why people gravitate to him, because no matter how bad his past is, he survives everything people throw at him, and he survives it with a certain kind of style that only Riddick has. He has sort of taken on a cult status within the science fiction community from all the hardcore guys. I think Vin goes out now and he is most identified as the Riddick character when he goes out in public. And it was only through some of his appearances that we got the feeling that, because they were always identifying with this Riddick character, and that started to get us thinking about maybe we should revisit this Riddick character. And that's what really led to the Chronicles of Riddick.
Right from the very beginning, I remember shooting Pitch Black, and I remember thinking, there is some place to go with this character. When I first did Pitch Black, it was kind of more of an ensemble picture. But the possibilities of exploring Riddick's world just kept haunting me. And I remember going into the press conferences back in 2000, and telling everybody that Riddick was going to come back. But this time we were going to follow Riddick into his universe and into his world and explore his significance, this kind of interesting, anti-hero's significance in the universe. And so Universal came in and released Pitch Black incredibly for us. It was a $20 million movie. It cost us $20 million to make, and we did very well in the box office. We doubled that, which was good for an independent film, or independent-natured film. And the conversation, even while I was doing Fast and the Furious at Universal, the conversation was always, I have to do Riddick. I have to do Riddick.